What's up, everybody? It is us. It is we. It is they, them.
She,
Us,
her.
She, her.
He, him.
He, him. And we back
Yes.
with another episode of So Remixed. Yeah. And I turned it down, so I didn't do it.
Oh.
And the intro is still going, because why wouldn't it be? You know, we're potters, you know, feel me? Like, we don't make mistakes. That was meant to happen. There we go. All right. What is up?
What is up, my guy?
Nothing. She's kind of been on one, guys. I think,
I've been...
I don't know.
I haven't been sleeping good for the past, week and a half. I've been trying to sleep in, and just my body does not allow me to. So, for today, I don't know why I'm so nervous to talk.
It's the crack.
It's the crack cocaine. Just kidding.
Told you guys, she's on one.
We also have...
Needs a nap.
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Said you need a nap.
No. We have our visual, so if you're on YouTube, you can see us. But if you're not, if you're on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast, you can listen to us. Yay. So what's been going up, my guy?
Yeah, let us know. We've been on for a minute now. Just let us know if you want us to keep going or not.
Yeah.
But
No. We're gonna keep going. We got stuff. We got stuff planned. Yeah, this is our first episode back since August. Sorry, y'all. We said we were gonna come back, and then we had a break, and then a lot of stuff happened, and then procrastination, and then laziness happened. So, but we are back because the hubby put this as my project, and I need to take care of it. So guess what? We are back. Our podcasts are going to be coming out on Fridays now. So yeah, no more Mondays. I think that's just been really, really hard, especially because I work every other weekend. He works every fifth weekend. So we decided to just bring them out on a Friday, you know, get you to the weekend. Listen to us, watch us. So there's that. Yeah, our podcast it's just gonna be whatever we want it to be. I was just jotting down thoughts, and I ran it by him to see if he liked it. Yeah, so you're gonna get a little bit of relationship, a little bit of some challenges.
so country, a little bit of relationship. It's like where'd that country accent come
A little
from?
bit of relationship, maybe some anime, some sports, hot topics, social media things, trendings. Whatever we feel like we want to talk about. Maybe we'll do some challenges so people that watch us, get to have that exclusive.
I still got some of that, spicy chocolate and world in my bag.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. Maybe. I have to work tonight, and I'm not trying to be on the crapper. So, but maybe next time, maybe for the Halloween special.
Ooh. Yeah, it's my favorite time of the season, guys. It's Halloween time, October. Today is specifically October 18th.
Yes.
So, you know what that means. By the time you get this, Halloween will be 1 week away.
Yes.
So, yeah, super excited about that. I love Halloween. My favorite time of the year. I was able to get it off because, I haven't worked Halloween in 7 years now. So, yeah, I'm really excited to be off. I got 13 days to get my horror movies in and TV shows that I like to watch during the Halloween season. So, yeah, I'm going to be going hard over the next 13 days to, get the scary stuff out. Even though I know she doesn't really know.
Yeah, I don't like scary stuff.
I don't know. Maybe we do a try not to get scared challenge on here. Ooh, yeah, let's do that for the channel. That'd be cool to go up. Maybe we'll put that up on Halloween Day or something. I like it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Trust me. So just look out for that Halloween Day. Try not to get scared challenge. We'll watch some creepy YouTube videos and, see who gets scared the most. And maybe that'll be the spicy chocolate challenge too.
Look, he just wants to torture me. That's what that is. It's not fun. Not fun.
But how have you guys been out there? Hopefully, you guys have been having a good fall so far. The weather is finally starting to try to break here, even though it's like 80 degrees right now. But for like the next 7 days, it's going to be like in the 50s and 60s. So it's finally trying to break.
I know. I'm like, come on. Like the first day of fall was like 90-degree weather. I'm like, what is this? We're not in Florida.
Yeah. So hopefully, the weather is breaking. Hopefully, it doesn't break too fast because even though I don't mind a cool Halloween, but I hate a cold Halloween.
I mean, I feel like we've been having kind of crappy Halloweens the past like couple of years that we've been out trick or treating.
Yeah.
I feel like there was
cold or it's pouring rain.
Yeah, it was like it's been pouring rain. Remember your very first Halloween with us? When we first started dating, it was like really cold and windy.
Super cold, super windy.
He decided to be.
Everyone was miserable.
Yeah, he wanted to be a vampire, so he walked around with a little cape and cane.
Yeah.
He was like, "It's so cold."
It was freezing. Like it was like literally like 30-mile-an-hour winds. The temperatures was like in the 30s. It was miserable.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So yeah, it's been Halloween is like a crapshoot here. It's either going to be nice, or it's going to be cold, or it's going to be rainy. And more times than not, it rains on Halloween.
Do you remember that one year it was snowing and we both were like, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, "I'm not going out there in the snow."
So it's like it's a crapshoot here. We usually put it this way: we rarely ever get nice Halloweens. It's always cold, windy, or rainy. Or that one year was snowing, so it's rare. So hopefully this year it's a cool. I don't mind like a cool Halloween, like in the 50s or something, as long as it's not raining.
Yeah, because last year it rained and it was terrible. I think
that was the year before. No, when your mom was in the dinosaur costume.
We didn't. I think that was last year.
I think it was the year before last. Time be flying. Let's see. I think I still got a video, maybe, but yeah, I think that was. I think that was the year before last.
I feel like that was last year because I feel like I just was Winifred from Hocus Pocus, and you were Billy.
Billy.
You're the cracked out version of Billy.
Yeah, I kind of was on that. I was on that stuff. Oh, yeah, you're right. That was last year. I didn't even feel like last year.
I know.
It felt like the year before last. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I think the year before last we didn't go because it was snowing. I feel like it was snowing.
Let me see. I'm sure I might have a picture. Let's see. October 31st. It did snow. I actually have a video of it snowing.
Yeah.
That was 6/17, and I was at home. So, yeah, at 6/17, we normally would have been at, trick or treating. So, yeah, I guess we didn't.
I told you.
So yeah, last year was the rainy one.
Yeah.
So yeah, damn, I thought last year was actually a nice Halloween. But I guess the last two has been crap because that one was raining. The year before that was snowing. Mm-hmm. So maybe the year before that was the nice one. Where
I
it was
think
like,
it was.
All right.
We were my mom was Black Panther, I think.
I do remember her being Black Panther, yes.
And we were just kind of like...
We were like the clown or whatever,
yeah,
right?
the
like the
Joker.
painted face or whatever.
Yeah.
So that one was cool.
Yeah.
And then the one before that one, I don't remember. But yeah, so needless to say, it's rarely nice weather here on Halloween for whatever reason. So, maybe we'll get lucky this year and it'll be a decent Halloween. Like I said, as long as it's just not raining. I'm down for whatever, as long as it's not raining, because that's pretty miserable.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just like you're wet and it's cold, and then it has the nerve to be like wet, and then it has the nerve to be cold. Pause. But like, yeah. So, what's been going on? How's? I guess we'll just do like. Honestly, we probably won't do like very much of like personal like updates. It might just be like a brief one, like, hey, we're doing good. We're still here. We're still alive. We're still working.
Pretty much.
And then like get on to like our stuff. So, yeah, work has been work. Debating if I want to like find something different. 'Cause I don't know. I was not me, but we are trying to start a family. So I don't know, in working in behavioral health for a really long period of times.
I just kicked the mess with the camera, so that was funny. People on YouTube watching this like, what the hell just happened?
It's an earthquake.
There we go.
Oh, then you just cut me off. Sorry, y'all. We're promised we'll get back to our schedule podcasting. podcasting. I said, okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm on crack. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to thought you kicked the camera, and then I was like, what just happened?
Let's keep talking. You said you were trying for a family.
Yeah. So yeah, we're trying for a family. So yeah, I don't know if I want to like necessarily want to be in behavioral health. Just because I don't think I want to like put my body into that much stress. I know people, do it. They have done it, but I don't know if I'm that type of person that wants to do it. Especially because I know that I'm more often than not quickly to get in restraints to like protect the staff and the kiddos than most people are. I think most people like hesitate, and I'm just like, nope, let's go. We're gonna go. We're doing it. Let's go. So it's probably, I know my habits of like willing to do my job and do my job well. So yeah, that's a little bit of me. What about you?
Me, yeah, nothing really. I mean, I guess I got a new position at work. I guess
New promotion.
so I'll start that eventually. Who knows? But yeah. So I did do that. So I'll be working a little earlier now. Kind of, still kind of second shift, but mostly first shift. I don't know how much you call it. It's a hybrid. It's like a mid shift thing. So it's like a 9 to 5:30, which is cool. Because I always say I'll never take a morning shift. So
and then look who it is.
Yeah, but
taking a morning shift.
But 9 o'clock is better than 6 a.m. So I'll take it. So yeah, I'll be starting that eventually, and I mean that's pretty much the only update for real. Been trying to get this content out, been procrastinating, and just doubting whether or not I'm like, oh, do I feel like it? But no, I do feel like it. I just need to sit down, edit things and record things and get things out. So that's the main goal, the main thing of what I've been thinking about. Is really trying to get this content out of here.
I mean, I would say you have a lot of build up.
I do.
Content that could go.
Sit down and edit it. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to go up. I just gotta actually make it go up.
I mean, you still use Captivate
for the pod?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just took their money out like 2 days ago. Okay. Even though we haven't put up a pod in 2 months, but that doesn't mean they don't take their money. But
sorry, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is not like this
the
is
amount
not
of, the amount of money I waste is what should make me put out more content because
yes.
It's like Adobe takes their money every month, and I'm like, when's the last time I even opened Adobe to edit a video? But they take their $60 every month. Captivate takes their $20 every month, so you would think that I'd be like, well, let me actually use this Captivate. Let's pod, so so at least my $20 could be worth it every month.
Yeah.
But it'd be like that.
That changes starting today.
Yeah, so we're gonna be on it. I'm gonna be putting out a lot more content. So, if you're interested in anime, manga, video games, follow the channel, Yasha the Observer. Stay on the Soul Mixed Up if you want ours. My baby told you that I put her in charge of, kind of the podcast and the Soul Mixed Up brand. I kind of want that to be her vision, and I'm always down for whatever. So usually whatever she wants to do, I'm usually down for, unless it's like real crazy. Because it's only been a couple of times where I'm just like, nah, I'm not doing that. So
yeah.
So for the most part, I want her to be able to, make So Mixed Up whatever she wants to make it. Whether it's about our lives, whether it's vlogs, whether it's challenges and fun stuff, whether it's the podcast, or whether it's all the above. You know what I mean? Like who's to say what our channel has to be? And I'm kind of realizing that too with the Yasha the Observer. Like started put video game content up there, and just kind of doing a little bit of everything. I'm like, who said that my channel has to just be one thing, or I have to focus on one thing? So, So Mixed Up is just Yasha and Margarita, or Margarita and Yashua. So it doesn't matter, in what capacity that is, whether it's vlogs, whether it's challenges, whether it's podcasts, whether it's, sit down and talk videos, like, who's to say what it has to be?
Yeah, I do also kind of want, I know people are like, try to, do a lot of editing of their life and a lot of like this and cuts and only show you the good stuff. I really don't want that. I think that's never been us. I just kind of want to give you guys raw things of like, this is what we do. Unfortunately, I can't take you to work and be like, this is what I'm doing at work. I'm going to go straight again. Like, you can't do that. He can't take you to work and be like, I'm in the office, cooking the food or, whatever he does. Like, he can't technically, because we both work in hospitals, that we can't, technically do that. But, for the most part, like, I like to give you guys things.
I think some of those like daily live videos, like I think those will go crazy because people just love those videos. Like,
yeah,
whether you're recording yourself baking some bread, which she's been doing a lot of lately, and it's been delicious.
I have been
she's been baking a lot of bread. Whether you're recording yourself doing that, when you clean the house, when you days like yesterday where it's like, oh, you went and did clothes early in the morning, you might do a little shopping, go do a little antiquing, go hang out with the fam bam, like boom, that's a little vlog. It could just be like 15 minutes worth of content, but it's like people really like seeing like those, I don't know what to call it, like home economics type shit, you know what I mean? Like cleaning, cooking, just doing laundry, folding clothes. It's like, ooh, like that's my, I love watching stuff like that. It's, to me, it's like, that's weird, but people really do enjoy things like that. So I think, we don't have to live like an extravagant, special, crazy life to be interesting for YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, I think, a lot of women specifically like love watching videos like that. You see all them people that you come across on Instagram and they like organize my kitchen with me, and it's like 2 million views, and it's like just her like putting snacks away. You're like, okay, like, so I think a lot of those type of videos would just, they'd be cool, not all the time, but like, showing kind of like, hey, this is, the average life of me. Like, this is what I do, like you said, sometimes people think that they only have to show like the good and fun and fancy stuff, and it's like, no, like this is an average Tuesday for me. Going to go wash clothes and might hit up TJ Maxx. Like,
how is your mic just?
I'm cool like that, okay?
Sorry, y'all. Y'all can't see it, but like his mic is literally like tilted like this.
I'm cool like that.
That's probably why our wires are all messed up. Sorry, y'all. We had technical difficulty. Like, I'm really low in my ear, like super low. So like, I feel like I'm kind of yelling as I'm talking to the mic.
I could probably just turn your headphones up, but at the same time, it's like, am I low in your head or just?
Yeah, you're low in my head too.
Okay, how is it now?
A little better.
Just a little.
I mean, don't crank it
there
up.
You go.
Okay, well that's better. Yeah, I was just wow, my ears. Turn me down a little bit, cause I feel like my ears are about to.
Turn down.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, better. Yeah, I just felt like I was really low, and I'm like, I can't really hear myself. I mean, do I?
Yeah, I hear your mind. Yeah.
Okay.
You see, so, yeah. I understand her, even when she doesn't complete.
I don't.
Synthesis.
You know what I realized? I feel like the older I get, I don't know if I'm under a lot of stress. I don't know. Y'all out there, you guys can chime in. I also want our like podcast and YouTube channel to be very interactive with you guys. Like, I don't want you guys to be like, oh, don't mess it. Like, no, if we ask a question, like, we want you guys to actually answer it. Like, especially when we go on our like YouTube, our our Instagram. Like, interact with us, because that lets us know, like, are we doing this just for? Well, one, we should always do it just for us, but two, like, we really want to have like that feedback back and forth with you guys to be like, we want to interact with our fans, with the people that watch us. So please, when we say like this video or like do this stuff, like, please do it. I'm begging you, please interact with us. Like, please interact with us, just because, like, we want that. We want to feel like we have a community out there. Even though I know I did kind of like clickbait just to see like what was out there. So I posted an Instagram post like maybe a month ago now. I was like, about us like ending, and like nobody responded to it. I was like, damn, are we not liked right now? Are we just like?
We've been doing this for 4 years and we barely have any content up.
True.
We gotta be active with it.
Yeah. So please interact with our videos. But where was I going with this? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. People might be, could relate to this, but I feel like the older I get, it might just be that I'm under a lot of stress. Like if I'm under a lot of stress, I can't speak. Like I'll just like my words start to like jumble, and I'm like half the time especially when I'm at work, I'm like reading report to the staffs and stuff like that, and I'm like talking, but then I feel like I just start making up words that aren't on the page, and it's happened to me like quite some time. Like under a lot of stress then because I'm like reading words that are not even on the page. Like I'm just like making them up. I'm like, oh, okay, it's not even there.
That's because my baby's crazy.
I mean, yeah, I do work with crazies. I'm just kidding.
No, I said you're crazy. Not you work with them. I said you're crazy. But yeah, I didn't really. I didn't have a follow up for that. I'm not gonna lie.
You didn't.
I just wanted to mess with you.
Whatever.
Whip out your paper. All right, I want to do some questions.
I was gonna just do one question.
Okay, do one.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, I bought this book at Target the other day. It's like 1,000 questions about me, and I figured for this podcast that we would answer one question. If we would do one question per the pod, this should last us about 5.5 years. So one question.
Okay.
What do you mean? Go ahead. Yeah.
That'll last like 30 years.
30 years?
There's only 52 weeks in a year. How many times you think 52 goes into 2000? Did you do the math?
I mean, if I answer a question a day, that's.
You said a day. You mean just on the pod? That's one a week. If we only do one a week.
Yeah, 52. You said how many years?
Let's see. 2,000 divided by 52. 38. 38 years worth of questions in there if you just do one a week.
38, y'all. He's speaking into the universe. 38 years we're going to be making this podcast. For 38 years.
We're going to be dead.
By the time we're doing we're going to pass it on to our kids.
That's
our kids
40 years. I'd be 70.
Yes, we could be 70 making this podcast. Yes.
Oh,
yes, we can.
Man.
All right. So, anyways, I bought it. I also just bought it for myself just because I want to see what I am like in 5 years, 5.5 years. Do I still
write the answers down, or you just out here in the ether of the pod?
I am gonna write like my answer down. I'm also gonna ask you, like, you can answer the question. So I already answered one of them, which is question number 1. It says, "What is your ideal of perfect happiness?"
Okay, is that my question?
That's the question. Yeah, for the.
That you're asking me right now?
Yeah.
Okay. My idea of perfect happiness.
I'm going to read it again. What is your idea of perfect happiness? I had to double check and make sure I read that right. Told you, I've been making up words that are not even there.
I think just being financially stable, like being able to pay all our bills, but also be able to do like the majority of things that we might want to do. Whether that's either going on vacation without having to worry about, like, can we afford it? Do we have to save up for this? You know, just a random, like, just a simple vacation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to go to Gatlinburg for 4 days. Like, can we afford that? You know, and you know, and have a house, have healthy kids. That's pretty much it. Like, being able to do what it is that I love, or, you know, making money doing what I want to be doing, instead of, you know, maybe what I'm forced to.
See, if this doesn't tell you, like, how, I'm going to say we're perfect we are for each other, but, like, how well we know each other, because here's my answer. It says, having a family in a country farm-style house with my hubby, working for ourselves, and making enough money to live comfy.
Yeah. See?
Dang.
It's perfect happiness. That's all I need. I don't need a bunch of bullshit. I don't need a bunch of, you know, I don't even need to be rich. Like, just, you know, if I made like at this point in my life, if I just made like 100, maybe like 100,000, maybe up to $120,000 a year, I think I can afford to be happy. Like,
I'm not okay. Let's. Because that sounds like we're like you're not happy right now. I think we are happy, but I think that, you know, who wants to keep working a 9-to-5 job? Like I sure as hell don't want to keep working a 9 to 5 job. Um, I also kind of like want to work for myself. Like, I mean, being a diabetic, I have to have insurance. So I can't just be like, oh, F this, I don't want to do this. But like, you know, just I want to be able to choose when I work and how often I work. I don't want to have to be like, oh, I'm relying that I have to come into work. I have to do this because otherwise I can't pay the bills or I can't pay this. Like I want to be able to, you know, in the long run, like really love to do like YouTube and do our podcast and that be where we get majority of our income from instead of having to rely on a job to get our income. The world is scary out there for sure. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of, you know, changes are happening. So it's just kind of like you don't want to be stuck. And I think that's how I feel right now. I feel stuck. Not necessarily like in a terrible like bad way, but I feel stuck. I don't want to live in this apartment for another year or so. It has been great for us. I have made it. I think what I've come to this conclusion is that like when we lived at Harper's Point, I instead of enjoying that apartment, I kept trying to like make it a home. I kept trying to make it comfy. I kept trying to doing this, but I never really enjoyed the home there. And then we moved out, and then I was like, oh. And then we moved over here, and then I again started trying to make this as comfy as it can be, and not really enjoy it. And I think I don't want to keep doing that. I don't want to keep um, making things like a home and not really enjoy it. I think I would say over the past like 2 years now, I've enjoyed our home. But now, it's getting to the point where I feel like I'm outgrowing this apartment. I'm tired. I'm like starting to get tired of like having neighbors that are like upstairs neighbors and neighbors across from us and like not enjoying being able to be loud or like do you know do things like go outside and like sit on the front porch without like people staring, just like little things in life that I kind of like didn't take for granted while living at Harper's Point of because in Harper's Point we had the balcony. At Harper's Point we had the balcony and
The balcony was nice.
yeah, like and I feel like
Fireplace.
yeah, you and the fireplace. That was just like number one song, the fireplace.
Fireplace.
The fireplace and two bathrooms.
Too bad. Everything about that place was like it was great.
It was. I think that's my thing is like I didn't enjoy it. Like I didn't enjoy having two bathrooms. I didn't enjoy having a balcony. I didn't enjoy having a fireplace. I think I was so focused on trying to make it a home that I never actually got to enjoy the home.
Yeah.
I think we would have still been there, but it's so expensive.
Like, yeah, we could have, but I was like, with the rent was already going up, and
we
I was
weren't
just
making
like,
a lot.
yeah, I was like, I'd rather come down here and be able to save, $200 a month on rent versus, paying what we was paying up there. But like, so I think it's like the opposite for me because I mean, you saw the apartment that I was living in before, so it's like living there was like fucking mansion. You know what I mean? So like I was fine. So like we got two bathrooms, we got central air, fucking living on the boulevard, like that shit was 95 degrees in the summertime. Like you sit on the couch just sweating all summer. So I'm like, we got central air, central heat, fireplace, two bathrooms, two full bathrooms, shower and toilet with a fireplace. I'm like, shoot, what's not the love in this place? So yeah, I definitely was enjoying it. We lived there for 18 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely was like, no, this is a great spot.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I don't mind living here either, but definitely miss Harper's Point for sure because just the amenities of it was nice compared to here's basic, but
I mean, I would say where we live now, I wouldn't say it's terrible. I mean, we're around a lot of like restaurants, places to shop at. I just think
the location is ideal.
Yeah.
The apartment itself is like, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's very, it's basic. We don't have the central air and heat no more.
No.
No balcony, one bathroom.
Yeah.
But shit, we've been here 4 years now, so it's not like, oh, if we hated it, we would have been left. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's cool. Like it's not bad. Like I said, if we hated it or didn't like it here,
we would have
left a long time ago.
Yeah.
So.
I think, like I said, it's not terrible. I just think that this is like our last
stop
before we get a house. I think we've kind of come to that conclusion of like we don't want to move to another apartment. I mean, it's also like it would be dumb for us to move to another apartment because of how expensive rent is, and I'd rather just pay that in a house. Like if I'm gonna pay $1,200, I'd rather do that for a house than an apartment. So yeah, like this home it has been good to us. It has brought a lot of memories. I feel like we've grown in this house, like together and like individually we've grown. And yeah, I think I'm more excited to like, those are the vlogs that I want to make of like us going for a house, us like having like trying for a baby. I mean, I'm not gonna take you in the bedroom, of course not. Like that's not the kind of style. But like, like trying for a family, and now that he's getting a new, like, I would say a promotion, different style of job, seeing what outcomes, like how is your life going to be more different now. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's going to be like super different, but I feel like change of scenery of like you've always worked second and third shift for what, 12 years or so.
Yeah.
So like now getting the taste of what a real like human is.
A literal 9 to 5.
Yeah, a little 9 to 5 job is like, how are your habits going to change? Are you going to be like more like upbeat to like record more and do more things? And I'm excited for you. I'm excited.
I should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my goal, because I'll definitely have more time alone, so I should definitely be able to put that focus on recording versus like chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because now for the most part you usually get off at like 11. I get home about 9, so it gives me like 2.5 hours to, unless if you get off on time, that gives me a good 2.5 hours usually of me time. But now I'll be getting home probably like 6 o'clock, so I'll have a good like 5 hours that I should be putting towards recording, editing, getting things together. So yeah, like that kind of excites me to be like, okay, let me repurpose these new hours to being productive. So
and I'm excited because like I'm excited to maybe this is something that I always believe in everything happens for a reason. I feel like God takes us in our own path for a reason, and like he shows us like, all right, you weren't ready for this, now you're ready for it. Like maybe he wasn't ready to be a manager back in the day. Now that he is a manager, now he's gonna get this new other position. I think everything happens for a reason. And so I'm excited to see what this new opportunity is for both of us, not just like for him, but also for me to be like, all right, now what do I want to do? Like, I think I'm gone to the point now where before it was like, has always been, oh, like I want to do something with my career. Like I went to school for, psychology, and I want to do something with that. And now that I'm getting older and I'm, trying to start a family in a, an older age per se than a lot of people. Like, I feel like a lot of people back in the day were getting pregnant at like 16, 17, early 20s, they already have a family. And I'm like in my 30s and trying to start a family. I feel like I'm starting a little later than most people did back in the day, which is nothing wrong with it. But I also kind of want to, like, I want to be there for everything for our kids. Like, I want to be the mom that's like, oh, they have a PTO meeting. I want to do that. That our kids are in like sports. I want to be there for everything. And I think you're the same way. Like, I think you would, you know, he said
Sorry.
nah. He said nah. Like, I think like if our kids like, Dad, I'm gonna go play baseball. I feel like you would go to the baseball games and baseball tournaments and like, you know, things like that. Or whatever our kids want to do. I feel like I want to be there. I want to be there for every stupid science project or, you know, concert they want to be in and whatever, like plays or whatnot. Like, I want to enjoy it because I didn't get to have that growing up. And it's not like no diss on my mom. My mom was a single mom. So like she always dedicated her life working. And I know she always tried her best to like, you know, go to my like concerts, and when I was in band, she would like try to come to them, and she always tried. If she couldn't make it, then she would, you know, try to make it up for something else. And I don't want to have that for our kiddos. I want to be like the parent that's like there for everything, and just like, you know, just show them what it's like to have supportive families and parents, especially in the job that I do now. I see a lot of kids that struggle with that, and it's I don't know. It's hard to see that because like I relate to it, but I also like try to show them like, you know, good can come from it. You know, it's not always like bad. So yeah, I feel like I'm like super excited for this, and like I'm, you know, getting back motivated on becoming, you know, getting our podcast back up. Because I was like debating of just like quitting and everything in general. Like, I just, you know, whatever, I'll just keep grinding it out. But then there's always that little hope of like when I watch our videos, like especially when we first started, like we just looked so. I mean, we were young for sure, but I also just felt like we were just doing it for fun. It was just like content came out just for fun. We were like laughing, and it felt good. And I don't know where we lost it. I don't know where we, you know, people say, oh, you know, life gets in the way. And I'm like, yeah, but life shouldn't get in the way of doing things for you and for fun. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, agreed. Like, yeah, if it's something that you're passionate about, it's something that you really want to do, no matter what it is, you should keep continuing, you know, whether it's sports or content or it don't matter what it is. If you're passionate about it, then yeah, you should always continue to do it. Do it for yourself, not do it for, you know, not doing it for anybody else. Just doing it for yourself.
Yeah. So, sorry we came back with like this super depressive like podcast. I mean episode. But yeah, that's kind of like what we
spice it up. You got some stuff in your paper there.
I mean, just it's just like ideas. It's not really like.
So let's get into some of them ideas.
I mean, I want to save it for the next. I don't want to like, you know.
I'm like, those things are going to exist every week.
I know. But I got nothing. I mean, unless you want to talk about sports.
Yeah, Bengals won. What's up? Come on.
I mean, they almost lost.
But they won. So
I mean, it was okay. But let's talk about it, because you know, I just feel like the quarterback has to go. I feel like he's getting way too much money. I'm gonna get so much hate from all the Bengals fans out there, but I feel like he's making a lot of money he's always getting injured, like every season.
But did you get why he's injured?
Tell me.
Because the offensive line sucks.
That everybody needs to get fired.
I'm like, let's say you were a baseball player.
Okay.
Right? And you're getting paid millions and millions, like hundreds of millions of dollars to hit that baseball.
Yeah.
But the pitcher on the other team, every time you go to bat, he just throws the ball right at your head every time.
Okay.
How are you going to hit the ball?
With I'm going to swipe with my hand.
No. That's what I'm saying. How are you going to hit the ball if the pitcher throws the ball at your face every time? That's what I'm saying. How is he going to throw the ball if every time he takes 2 steps back, he's getting sacked? That's what those, I don't know how many minutes up there, 8 men, whatever, how many minutes on that line they're supposed to protect. Joe Burrow from getting hit.
Okay. At what point do you start to like, as a coach, okay, you start looking at your line and being like, all right, let's start mixing them up. Like, let's maybe get some rookies in there that could potentially.
That's the point. They never do.
But
Every year,
but then, like,
the line
as a
sucks
coach,
every year.
so then the coach needs to get fired.
Okay, everyone in Cincinnati has been saying that Taylor needs to get fired.
Because he came from California?
I don't know. I don't know where he came from.
Because we had, what's his face was before him?
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah. And nobody liked him either.
Because it's Mike Brown. It's the owners. They suck. Because Marvin Lewis never won a playoff game, but he was the coach for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I like Marvin Lewis. He was cool, but it's like, damn, if in 15 years we haven't won a playoff game, it's like, should this guy still be our coach? Because I think he might have been more than 15 years. Marvin Lewis was our coach from like, 04, 05 to like 2017 or something. It's like, bro, like, at what point do we be like, hey, man, like, maybe he should go? You know, like, it shouldn't took that long for us to get a new coach in here. It's like, I don't know. So it's the owners, it's the Browns. That's where it starts at. That's what people don't like the most, the Browns. They don't really want to spend money. And then I know everyone's talking about, like, well, you're giving all this money to T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow. It's like, yeah, cool, sure. But it's like, but until we gave them that money, it's not like we were a good team before then. You know what I mean? Like, we were a good team, but it's not like offensive line still sucked. Defense still sucked. Last year, before we gave Jamar Chase and T. Higgins that money, we had the worst defense in the league. So it's like, even before we gave them that money. So it's like, that's not, I don't want to hear people say, oh, because we gave them that money and now we can't afford to get good players. It's like, no, even before we gave Jamar and T that money, these same issues were there. All of Joe's career. Joe's rookie year, first year in the league, he tore his ACL, MCL, ACL, whatever, all the L's in his leg. You know what I'm saying? So it's
all the L's in the legs.
And this is your number one pick in the NFL. Protect him.
Yeah.
All you got to do is protect him.
I mean,
the
but
year we went to
also,
the Super Bowl, he got sacked 100 times that year. We were. The thing about it is, yes, people say Joe Burrow's injury prone, blah, blah, blah. But you see, the moment Joe Burrow wasn't in there, what was happening? We couldn't do a damn thing. We were winning in spite of all of those glaring issues. So Joe Burrow was making magic. Because as soon as Joe Burrow wasn't there, what was Jake Browning doing? Throwing 5 interceptions a game, running for his life, couldn't do nothing. Then we scored 1 touchdown in like 2 games. Like, one game it was 3-30 or something? Like, we couldn't do nothing. Same with Baltimore Ravens. Their defense sucks. Their offensive line sucks. They got the same issues we got. But when Lamar Jackson was in there, they were averaging 33 points a game.
Where's Lamar Jackson now?
He's hurt.
Oh, dang.
Again, see, same issues. Since Lamar Jackson has been out, they're averaging 6 points a game. From 33 points with Lamar Jackson in there to 6. So it's like Lamar Jackson clearly creates magic back there. So it's like, yeah, people can talk about Joe all they want, but when Joe wasn't in there, boy, was it ugly. So that's all I got to say. When Joe wasn't there, it was ugly.
But here's the thing is, they went from one Joe to another Joe. They got Joe Flacco in there.
Joe Flacco looked good.
Joe Flacco
was a seasoned vet. He's a Super Bowl winner.
I know.
He's
some unks with
20 years. So yeah, he's been in the league 20 years. He knows not to, at the very least, he knows what not to do.
Yeah.
Jay Browning out there, he about to get sacked. He just lobs the ball up and it gets intercepted. I'm like, bro, just throw the ball away, take the sack. What are you doing?
Which I would say, though, I think Joe Burrow can learn from Joe Flacco.
For sure.
A whole lot, because even when I was watching the game on Monday, I saw that, like, when Joe Flacco was about to get sacked, he, like, tucked the ball in. Like, he knew how to grab the ball. Like, he's like, oh, I'm about to get sacked. I'm going to tuck the ball in, which I've seen Joe Burrow not quite do sometimes. I see him, like, he'll get sacked. He's like, oh, and, like, the ball kind of goes over it, where you can see, like, Joe Flacco's like, nope, I got the ball. I'm going to get sacked. The ball's with me. Like, I think, for sure, Joe needs to, like, JoJo needs to look at the Unc Joe and be like, all right, what can I learn from him? Because, you know, I do think that, you know, I always talk a lot of smack just because, I mean, I'm not really a Bengals fan, but I married a hubby who is a big Bengals fan, so then obviously I have to become a Bengals fan. But like I just like to like dish in a little dirt right there, like oh Joe whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like I think they need to come like the managers need to look as a whole. Like if you want your team to go far, especially like there's no chance they're gonna make the playoffs. That went out the window as soon as Joe got hurt. I was like, oh well, they're done. But I think they
wouldn't
need.
say that, but we're only a game out of first place. We got Pittsburgh has 4 wins. We have 3 or whatever it is. Like we're right behind Pittsburgh. It's now like
I know, but like,
and we got the Jets next week. Like
look,
Jets,
don't
Jets are 0-7. I'm just saying.
Don't say that, because then y'all can lose the Jets, and then y'all gonna be like, son of a.
The Jets are 0-7. I feel confident we can beat them, and I feel confident Green Bay can beat. Because guess what? If we win next week and Pittsburgh loses to Green Bay, we're in first place, just like that.
The thing is, can y'all keep it that way?
I don't know. We'll see.
I do agree. I think the team needs to like, I don't know, just like rotate them. Like, don't start moving new people around, switch them around this way. Stop keeping the same players in the game the whole time. It's like they're not doing anything. They're not protecting. They're not scoring points. Like, start rotating them. I don't. Maybe that's just because that's how I think about it in soccer. Like in soccer, they're just be like, all right, like the good players, like all right, we don't want them to get super tired because they gotta play the next game or whatever. So they start rotating them around. Like, all right, you've been playing for 45 minutes and you haven't done jack shit. All right, I'm gonna rotate you somewhere else. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they need to like start rotating players around.
Yeah, it's true, but like in football, like football, basketball, it kind of goes like these are the starters for a reason. Yeah. They were better than the people that's sitting on the bench. So it's like, yeah, at certain points in time, you do got to be like I mean, we've done it recently. Like we benched Logan Wilson, we benched Cam, Britt Taylor, you know what I mean, and started other people in those roles. It's like, hey, you're not getting the job done. We're going to start this. So we have done that in recent weeks, but like these were the starters for a reason. They beat out everybody else in training camp and preseason.
Okay, my other question is like, could they like mix them in? Like you get some start players and then mix in the newbies and then have them like, I don't know, communicate. Like this is how we're gonna do. Like mix them together and then try a new batch of new people and mix them in with the starters just so they can like who's connecting more. I think Joe Flacco's gonna be able to bring that out of the Bengals, of like, all right, because he's new, he doesn't know a lot of the players, and I think he's gonna be like, I think he's be a good addition to be able to mix around the players on the team of like, all right, I know you're my starter. Like Jamal Chase is starter on Chase. He's the number 1, right?
It's not Jamal, but
what is it?
He was close. Jamar.
Sorry, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not good at names.
No, you was close.
But like, I feel like I think even his like not halftime, the end of the game like meeting, whatever they had the interview. I feel like Joe was like, yeah, I don't know what that meant, but like I'll figure it out. Like I think he's gonna have to learn. I think he's gonna be great of showing the team like, let's just start mixing people around. Like he's like, yeah, these might be your 7 players, like your start 7, but they might not be mine. They might not be like somebody I can like mess with. I might find somebody else new and give them the opportunity to shine and glow. So I think I'm hoping that the Bengals can do better now that the quarterback is injured for quite some time.
So you're hoping they can do better because our quarterback is injured?
Yeah. Yes.
What sense does that make?
I want because they have a new quarterback, so they can at least do better, and maybe they can show the other quarterback like, hey, do this, might be able to help. I don't know. I just feel like
I don't know. I feel like you don't like Joe Burrow, and that's fine.
I don't care about him.
Because like I don't know, you've been talking shit about Joe Burrow, but I'm like, we didn't make the playoffs, but he was the best quarterback in the league last year. He had the most touchdowns, the most yards. Jamar Chase had the most touchdowns, the most yards, the most catches. Like, Joe Burrow was by far the number 1 best quarterback in the league last year. So I don't think Joe Burrow is the problem. Like, if we score 38 points and the defense gives up 45, I don't know how you can blame that on Joe Burrow.
You're supposed to be as a team, yes.
Exactly, but I'm like, oh, maybe we'll play better now that Joe Burrow's hurt. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Joe Burrow was the best quarterback in the league. So how are we going to play
That's
better
that's how you know
without him?
that's how you know you're a big old Joe Burrow fan. You love him.
Because he was the best quarterback in the league. Now, if he wasn't good, if it was Andy Dalton or something, I'm like, yeah, he gets the job done. But it's like,
what did Andy Dalton do to you?
Andy Dalton wasn't great. He was just middle of the pack, get the job done. Joe Burrow had the most touchdowns thrown, the most, like, he was the best quarterback in the league last year. Jamar Chase was the best receiver. He had the most touchdown catches by a wide receiver. He had the triple crown, which means he had the most catches, the most yards, and the most touchdowns. But like I said, we had plenty of games last year where we put up 30-something points and still lost because the defense gave up 38, 39, 40. It's like, well, shit, what more do you want the offense to do to win games? Like, at a certain point, defense got to hold themselves accountable. Like, we had the best offense in the league last year and the worst defense. It's not going to win you games. It got to be, like you said, it's a team game. It has to be complementary. So it's like defense has to get better too. But we can't be, I mean, shoot, even the game that just passed, we scored 31 points. And like you said, barely won. So it's like, at what point is the defense going to be like, hey?
Here's the thing is like, y'all went with another experienced team quarterback, I would say. And I feel like I didn't know he had an arm on him. You told me, like, yeah, he has an arm, and he chucked that football, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I feel like there's always been, I think that team there's always been a lot of rivalry. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Between, like, you know, they play against the Steelers. I feel like that's always been, every time I watched football, I feel like the Steelers, like, their defense were just, like, big, barley guys that just be, like, effing people up. Like, that's what I'm so used to, that when I see, like, other players, like, go against the Steelers, I'm like, you're about to die. Like, and I'm just like, yeah, you're about to, like, you was about to die. Because, like, that one defense player that tackled Joe Flacco, I was like, oh, yeah, boy, you was about to die. Like, he just went through the pack, like, boom, and then just tackled him. I was like, yeah. That's how I see the Steelers team, like, their defense team as, like, you don't really, like, I'm trying to think of a character like Bowsers. They're all a bunch of Bowsers. Like, that's what, and then you have like Princess Peach trying to survive. Like, that's what I think of. Like, the Steelers team, I'm like, their defensive teams are quite large. I feel like we don't have a lot of large people on our team.
It depends on what side of the ball.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel like we need more larger guys on the Bengals team.
Yeah.
Maybe Joe can get protected then.
Because, like, yeah, defense got to play better, too. Because, I mean, we still gave up 30 points. Like, yeah, we won. Glad we won, but we still gave up 30 points. It's like last year, 2 games against Baltimore. I mean,
but we were winning. Sorry, the Bengals were winning.
Mean, we started off being down 10.
Was it 10 or 7? When I watched the game,
we were down 10-0 until we started scoring.
Oh, I saw 7. When I turned it on, I was 7-0.
Yeah, and then Then they kicked the field goal, and then we was down 10-0, and then we started, putting it together. And we was up in the fourth quarter. We was up 10 points, and then Aaron Rodgers hit some guy wide open, ran in for a touchdown. I think it was a 68-yard touchdown. The dude was wide open. Now, if we lost, we're gonna look back at that play. It's like, what more do you want the offense to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, we put up 30 points. It's like, what more do you want the offense to do? Like I said, the 2 games against Baltimore last year, we put up 35-plus points in both games and lost both games. Washington, we put up like 32 points, lost. It's like, shit. If in football, if your team can score 30-something points, that should be a W automatically. But not with the Bengals, because you scored 30, defense going to give up 31. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. What more do you want them to do? And this was last year. This was before Jamar and T. People say, oh, you gave Jamar and T all that money. But it's like, this was before Jamar and T get all that money. The defense was still trash. Defense was trash last year.
Okay, I have a question. Do you think if you were a manager of a team, would you start deducting money? Do you think they would play well? If you're actually thinking about it, if you're like, you know how people do stuff to get their team fired up, like, all right, you need to start doing stuff or you're about to be gone. Would it not, I guess not be gone, but there's gonna be like consequences, I guess. Like, would you start messing with their money, or do you think that would backfire? As a
probably backfire, and it's just not right. You know, like it's in the real life. What if someone just was like, I don't like the way you did that. I'm taking $100 off of your check. You'd be like, the fuck? Well, I quit. I'm not gonna play no more. I'm not gonna work no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, then the whole team quits on you, and you like, oh shit. Like, yeah, players do get fined for shit. You know what I mean? You can't, as a team, fine a player for, conduct, detriment to the team or stuff like that. But it has to be like you committed, like, I don't know, you like they got certain rules. Like, you got to be at practice at this time. You got to be at the media at this time. That if you break some of those rules, like, yeah, you will get fined. The NFL can fine you on the field if, like, you made a play that's a illegal play or something. They can look back at the film and be like, yeah, we're fining you $25,000 for that tackle you made on that player. Stuff like that.
Do you think? Okay, so now that I know that, do you think they should have more fines for players? Do you think that would like get them to like, okay, I don't want to get that kind of fine. I want to like start doing better. Do you think that would help? No. Because
if they're just not that good of a player, or if they're just getting, if they're just getting outplayed, they're gonna still just get outplayed. Like, you can't, like, money isn't gonna make that player better. You know what I mean? And then they're probably gonna start doing things that are illegal and get flagged a whole bunch, trying to gain an advantage on somebody. Like, oh, I'm holding them, or now I'm illegally contacting them just so I can, prove myself, and not so I don't get fined. You know what I mean? And now you're just getting a bunch of flags all over the place. So
I mean, and there's because people say, "Oh, money talks." I'm like, okay, so
yeah, money talks, but it ain't gonna make someone better. Like, if someone say, "I'm gonna give you $1 million right now," but you got to go out there and run 3 miles nonstop. Guess what? I'm not getting $1 million because I can't go out there and run 3 miles now. You know what I mean? Money's not gonna make me be able to do something I can't do. Yeah. So.
Okay, I guess the other question is, do you think they're like conditioning training days? Do you think they should have more of like a team bonding things?
I'm sure they do.
I mean, I guess I don't really hear it because I feel like, do you think that would help with like? Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like people, like, after the football season's done, then they're just kind of like.
I mean, that's why, like, throughout the season, like, the quarterback will buy their whole offensive line Rolexes. They do stuff like that to be like, hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Keep protecting me. I fuck with y'all. You know what I mean? They do things like that all the time. Like, Christmas time come around, the quarterback might buy all of us offensive linemen, I don't know, whatever. Like I said, Rolexes or fancy clothes, or I'm gonna get you all these, one of a kind sneakers or something. You know what I mean? Like, they'll buy, quarterbacks usually do every year buy their offensive linemen gifts to be like, hey, thank y'all, appreciate y'all, thanks for protecting me. You know what I mean?
Okay, do you think, now that you said that, do you think Joe Burrow fucked up and didn't give him any good gifts? And do you think they're holding grudges?
I mean, I don't know what
I'm just saying.
I'm sure you can look up what he's giving his offensive lineman.
Do you think that they're just like, you gave us 2 crappy gifts the last 2 years, so now we're not gonna protect you? So I wonder if Joe Burrow's like now has to like think back, like, what gift I'm gonna get my team this year, so that they can protect me. I'm just saying. You said it. I'm just throwing it out there.
Why did they go to freaking Amazon? See, now he should go to. Don't give him no gifts. Like the Super Bowl year. Like, I'm the most sacked quarterback in the league. I'm not giving y'all no gifts. How about that? Let's see. For Christmas, he gave all of his offensive linemen authentic Japanese swords. Each sword was unique, came with a leather detailing its history and origins. That sounds fire. I want that. Okay,
but because you like anime, but maybe the team don't like that. Like, you gave me a whack-ass gift. You gave me a sword.
Say he wanted to give his linemen something meaningful, and that the sword represented the most ancient form of respect. The previous year in 2022, he gave his offensive line a cruise, though he said he wasn't a boat guy and whatnot. I don't know what that means, but
I mean, a cruise doesn't sound terrible, but
yeah, so I guess he gave them all cruises.
I think the Japanese sword one was
that was the one that didn't like.
That they didn't like that one. I'll tell you right there.
That sounds fire though.
I know, but you would like that because you like anime and you You would collect that if you could.
But if it's authentic too, it's not even like some kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
Baby, not everybody wants that though. I don't want that. I use that and be like, all right, now I'm gonna slash your tires. I crack myself up.
Nah, see, I take it. I take that in a heartbeat over. I mean, because you gotta. It's weird, right? Because like, imagine giving a what do you give someone who also has millions of dollars? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta give them a gift that's like really authentic, like it's thoughtful, it's mindful. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you a Rolex, something that you can just go out tomorrow and buy yourself if you wanted to. Like,
see, if it was me though,
what would you buy your offensive lineman?
I love food. I know they'd be motivated with food. I would get them like, you get a chef for a week. You make a whole meal, whatever you want. I would bake them some bread. And be like, this is homemade bread.
You know, football players, they already got their own chefs, probably like designated by the team to keep them healthy and in shape for the season, and like they have
give them some strippers. I'm just kidding.
Like, what do you give someone who also has millions of dollars? Like, yeah, I'm gonna give you Rolexes. It's like, I can go get a Rolex tomorrow. Like, I thank you, I appreciate it, but it's like, thanks. Like, I could have went and got myself a Rolex, but authentic katana that's leather binding, detailing the history of. Come on.
Nope. I can guarantee a handful of them is probably in the trash or hidden in their garage somewhere, like collecting dust. I bet you walk up there. Can I have the katana? You don't want it. Give it to me. Hand it over.
Now I got an authentic Japanese katana detailing the history of the sword on the spine. That was gifted by Joe Burrow. Like, cool.
You would, yes.
Hang that above my mantle in the living room.
Exactly. You would. I feel like they would just be like, all right, this piece of thing, they just like throw it over there. You could also offer them, like Joe can be like, if they got kids, I'll wash your kids for a week. I'll clean your house for you for a week. Those are great gifts. You can't see his face, but he's over here like, nah.
I'm gonna clean your house for you when I can hire the best cleaner ever.
But it's the act of love.
I don't even want my quarterback in my house seeing my shit cleaning my no.
I mean, it's the act of love because like they're protecting him.
It's like, imagine one of your coworkers saying, "Hey, for your birthday, I'll come clean your house." What would you do? You'd be like, "Okay."
I would.
I did not believe you.
I would.
I do not believe you.
But here's my thing: is I would not let. I would set certain boundaries. Like you can't go to the bedroom, and you can't wash my clothes. Everything else is free game. Clean my kitchen out, sweep the mop the floor. Boom. I would give them guidelines. You didn't think about that, did you? Just saying.
Well, anyway, I think the Bengals still have a decent chance to make it to the playoffs this year. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, Joe just got to keep us above water. It's one of those things where it's like, all right, if we have no chance of making it to the playoffs by December, because Joe should be able to come back by December. If we have no chance to make it to the playoffs, then just let Joe continue to heal, whatever. If there's a chance, but then it gets to a point, like I asked somebody this at work too. I'm like, let's say Joe Flacco wins the next, I don't know, let's say there's 8 more games before Joe Burrow was able to come back. And let's say Joe Flacco wins 5 of those, even just 5, and we're in good position to maybe, make a run for the playoffs. Now, Joe Flacco has gotten us into that position.
I will 100% let
Do
him
you just leave Joe Flacco there?
100% I would.
That's what I'm saying. I think I would just leave Joe Flacco there.
Yeah.
Because, there's been other times where it's like, in football where, a quarterback, like, for instance, this is a good one. A few years ago, back when Ryan Fitzpatrick was still playing. Mm-hmm. He's playing down there in Miami. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick done won them 6, 7, 8 games, whatever. Now it's like either the last game of the season or the second game before the last game of the season or something, and they have a chance that they win and get to the playoffs, something along those lines. But they have a chance to get to the playoffs, and They benched him and put the starter back in, which might have been Tua at the time because he was hurt or whatever, and then he was able to come back, and they put him in the game. And I want to, I think they ended up not making the playoffs that year. But it's like Ryan Fitzpatrick is the reason why you're even in a position to be able to make the playoffs because he's won you this X amount of games to get you there, and then you benched him and put Tua back in because he's your starter. Cool, but it's like, nah, I'm gonna let Fitzpatrick. I'm gonna let him run it out. Like, hey, you got us in this position. Hey, get us there. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I think if I'm in the same position,
I 100%.
I'll probably let Flacco finish it out. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
I
see
think
what you can
because
do.
I think, I mean, also I feel like fans can't. I mean, they can be pissed about it. I get it, but I also feel like your starter quarterback Burrow, he got injured. He basically like stepped down from the throne. Now you have Flacco coming up, and he's doing his job. I think as Burrow, he should be like be able to respect them. Like, all right, cool. Now you took the team this way. I'm gonna take the rest of the season. Like, I'm gonna recover and like heal. I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna support you. Whatever you took it, we're gonna let you ride it. I think that should be it. I also think that I think it would be dumb, and in my opinion, I think it would be dumb to like, oh, Burrow's back, let's put him in there. But like, no, because then if he gets hurt again, then you're fucked with having Flacco step up. I think honestly, if I would, as a Bengals manager and coach, I would be like, nah, sorry, Burrow. Like, we respect you. Keep training. Keep getting healed. We see you next year. Like, let him ride it out. You got hurt. It's not. I mean, it's not his fault that he got hurt. But at the same time, it's like it would suck to have Flacco do all this job, like all this work. He's got the team to where it is, and now, I don't know. If I was Flacco, I would be pissed. I'd be like, what? Okay, I'll see you after a game because you're gonna be hurt again. Like, you know, like I don't know. I think they should let Flacco finish it out if he's. I think they should not bring Burrow back. And it's not me being like, oh, I'm a hater of Burrow. I don't think he should come back. I think he should properly heal. Does it suck that he got hurt super early on in the season? Yes. But I feel like if Flacco is showing that he can take this team right now, I think they should let Flacco do it.
But I look at it too, though. It's like, you know, either way it go, you got two good quarterbacks. So even if Flacco, whatever, starts playing bad, all right, Joe, get in there. Anybody but Jake Browning. But yeah, like, hey, Burrow, get in there. You know what I mean?
I mean, is it bad to alternate them though? Like alternate them? Like you play one game, you play another game, you play another game. Would it be bad to do that? Just so that way it's not like Joe's not taking hits.
I don't know. You don't usually do that, but it's possible, I guess. But it's not something that you normally do. Because I know Joe Flacco 2 years ago when he took Cleveland to the playoffs. I forgot who was even their quarterback. Was it Deshaun Watson? I don't remember. I mean, I think Deshaun was there at the time, but I don't know if Deshaun was hurt or what. But I remember they got to the playoffs, and then Flacco had a really bad game in the playoffs, and I was like, damn. I kind of wanted to see him like take him. I was like, hey, see how far you could take him. But he had a really bad game. It kind of sucked. We'll see. We'll see. Cross that bridge when we get there. If Joe's able to come back and see where we are in the season, whatever. I mean, I'm down for whatever. I don't care. Whether it's if Flacco get us there and he's been doing good and they keep Flacco, I'm cool with it. If they decide they want to put Joe back in, I'm cool with it too. But I know Flacco knows that he's here to try to get us into position for when Joe comes back. That is his job, to get us, try to keep the ship above water until Joe Burrow is able to come back. That is his job. But, I mean, and even after this season, if he still wants to play, because, I mean, he is like 40 years old. So if he still wants to play, I'm cool with him being our number 2 over. We need to cut Jake Brown at the end of this season. I'm sorry.
You don't like him at all.
He was terrible. He played 2.5 games, I think. Because he played Minnesota, Denver. So he played 3.5 games. In 3.5 games, I think he threw 8 interceptions.
And one of those games, he didn't even throw an interception. So literally in 2.5 games, he threw 8 interceptions. That is terrible. That is terrible. Joe Flacco hasn't played 2 games down and hasn't thrown a single interception. In 2.5 games, Jake Browning threw 8. Nah, he's gotta go. He's gotta go.
You hear that?
I do not want him as my number 2. Even if Joe Flacco retires, still get rid of Jake Browning and get another quarterback to be your number 2. Get Jake Browning off our team. He's gotta go. Jake Browning's gotta go, everybody. I know you guys agree with me. Put it down in the comments. You agree with me.
On that note, y'all, we got to go.
Yeah. You gotta get ready for work.
I know. I was like, I looked at the time. I was like, I gotta get ready for work.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We promise not to talk about football for 30 more minutes next time. I promise. But basketball will be out, so we might talk some basketball. We'll see.
Yeah, honestly, this is what our pod's gonna be like. It's just gonna be however long we want to make it, whatever's coming up.
Yes.
It's gonna be hot takes. We might debate.
I didn't even mention the Reds going to the playoffs and fucking stinking it up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was terrible. I got to get a win. Either the Bengals got to make the playoffs or the Warriors got to win the championship this year. Something. Because I was okay with I was mad about the Bengals. Joe Burrow getting hurt. I'm like, damn, that sucks. And then Reds messed around and got to the playoffs. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, Reds. And then they got their ass whooped.
I mean, they did play.
And then I was back to
the LA Dodgers.
Real life. Because I think it was like the Reds got their ass whooped, and then I feel like the very next game, I feel like that same weekend is when Jake Browning went out there against Detroit and was just throwing, hey, you get an interception, you get an interception, you get an interception, and I was just like,
throw one in the camera.
You get an interception, and I was just like, all right, yeah, I'm done being a Cincinnati sports fan right now. This shit is terrible. So yeah, maybe my Warriors, light my spirit up a little bit. I still want to go see the Warriors this year somewhere, and I was looking at Washington. Maybe we go out there, see Lydia. Not the state. I'm sorry, DC.
I was like
DC. And I'm not going. Why would I go to Washington? Hell no.
I was like,
maybe we go out there and visit Lydia and see the Warriors. Cause I'm sorry that I wasn't paying attention. Hey,
baby, ready?
Yeah.
You fucked up.
I know I wasn't paying attention, and then when I found out a couple of days ago that they were going to be in Indiana, I was like, on the 1st? I'm like, that's 2 weeks from now. I'm like, could I go? Sure. It'd be super irresponsible too, though. It was like, but sure, I could go, but it just would be super irresponsible if I bought tickets to the Warriors in Indiana in 2 weeks. So. But I also looked at the rest of the schedule, and I'm like, okay, I see Chicago, I see Cleveland, and then I saw D.C., and I'm like, well, at least I have a reason to go to D.C., so maybe.
We could go to Chicago. I've never been to Chicago.
Chicago? It's far, though.
Is it?
I mean, it's not far. It's a 4-hour drive, but I feel like Indianapolis was just right there. You know what I mean? That's like, what, an hour and 20 minutes away? Like, that's just right there.
Yeah.
Chicago is like a 4-hour drive. Cleveland's like a 3.5-hour drive.
I know. I feel like if we're driving
in the middle of freaking winter, it's like, I don't know.
See?
But, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, she got to get ready for work. So,
yeah.
We'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you guys next on Halloween, actually, will be the next pod. So, be on the lookout for that special Halloween episode, Yeah.
Maybe
I'll get some, creepy sound effects on my board.
Y'all, I gotta go.
What the hell is wrong with Oh, yeah, we gotta go.
What?
Bye. I never took that energy drink out the freezer, did you?
Nope. Oh, yeah.
Bye.